That's water all day.
Mm.
And we should be going to YouTube right now. Hopefully, we will
See,
see some of
still,
you in the chat room.
let me refresh my window.
Chickadee check 1 2 3. Love the YouTubes. Hello, YouTube.
Yep, everything sounds good on my end.
All right, well, let's do a show. Here we go in 3 2 1. Greetings, programs, and we're back for another episode of the Nerd Cave Retro Show. My name is Jason Robbins.
And my name is Derek Diamond.
Halloween is barreling down upon us too fast. Like, it doesn't even feel like Halloween.
It's going at a brisk speed of 88 miles per hour, as they do in the Back to the Future movies.
Yeah, I haven't even got half the decorations up yet, and it's like already here.
Yeah, I've still got to put up the outside stuff. We've got a good chunk of the indoor stuff done, but
Yeah.
I kind of alluded to this last week, but I had a pretty extensive and busy week last week. I worked WSRE, the Studio Amp concert series, Tuesday through Thursday, had football Friday, and then we did officially wrap filming for Wired for Sound
Nice.
on a Saturday morning. So after that, I'm like, I'm going home and I'm going to sleep. I took like a good 2.5 hour nap, and then yesterday I just laid in bed till like almost 10 o'clock.
I wish I could do that, dude. I'm so tired. I've been trying to watch some spoopy Halloween movies, and every time I put on a movie, I fall asleep. I tried to watch the what's it called, The Monkey or whatever, that's on Hulu. It's the Stephen King movie.
Yeah.
I've tried to watch it twice now, and I've fallen asleep like 10 minutes in. So I've only seen the first 10 minutes of that movie twice now, and the rest of it was the back of my eyelids while I slept. Then I tried to watch Escape from New York the other night, and I think I made it about 18 minutes into it before I fell asleep. So I'm just gonna sleep from now on. Like, every time I want to do something, I'm just gonna sleep. I guess I'm old.
There's a plot for a movie in there somewhere. I don't know exactly what would happen, but
It's a new
there's
superhero,
something there.
Narcolepsy Man.
Narco Man
Narco Man. What's his
sleeps
power?
all his problems away.
But
Yeah, that's how I was with Beetlejuice
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago. I'm trying to think of what all we've watched. We haven't watched too much. We watched It last night, the remake, the first one, and it's funny because we were sitting on the couch watching it, and at the beginning of the movie when Georgie encounters Pennywise,
Yeah.
the famous like rain gutter drainage system scene.
Oh, we all know.
As soon as the first shot of Pennywise comes up, Hopper, my Yorkie, starts freaking out, and he just runs over to the TV and just starts. I'm like, yeah, you tell him.
Oh, he knows. That's you got a good
He
dog
knows.
there. So if Pennywise ever tries to come into your house, you got the dog to protect you.
Oh yeah, he's like the size of my foot, but he'll put up a fight.
And my cats aren't going to do much to protect me from Pennywise. They're just going to look at him and internally laugh as he rips an arm off.
And if you've never seen it, if a scary looking clown offers you a paper boat from a storm drain, don't take it.
If anyone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Yes.
So if anybody offers you a paper boat in the sewer, you say no.
No.
So that's your thing for this. I was actually thinking about in my neighborhood, going to get some red balloons and tying them to the sewer grates up and down the street, but I didn't know. I'm new to the neighborhood. I don't want to cause any kind of chaos just yet.
That would be hilarious. Maybe next year you could
Yeah,
do that after you get your name out there a little bit more.
yeah. They'll once they understand what kind of person I am, then I can get away with it.
Yeah.
But that's I don't really have too much to talk about. I did start. I know I need to play the Warriors for PS2. I bought that not too long ago. I need to play that and review it. But I started playing Lord of the Rings for the Super Nintendo. Who knew that the Super Nintendo had a Lord of the Rings game? But from what I've
I
played
didn't
so
until you
far,
said anything.
it's actually pretty good. So I might have to review that in a few weeks.
All right.
But we'll
Hey,
see.
the Lord of the Rings movies, I mean, they've historically, been released at the end of the year, so
Yeah.
we're already coming up on November, so that'd be a nice little tie-in.
Because I always have my vacations towards the end of the year, so I always do a rewatch through of the Lord of the Rings extended editions. So I was like, kind of in a Lord of the Rings mood. So I popped it in to see what it was, and pretty pleasantly surprised with how good it is so far.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of going through my Zelda replays. I beat Oracle of Seasons a few days ago, started Oracle of Ages, that and played some Grab by the Ghoulies, which we'll be talking about a little bit later on.
Awesome. Well, we got a little bit of news to get to. You ready to jump to it?
Sure.
Here we go. And pretty much all of this week's stories were provided to us by Mr. Armez Jackson. And if you have a news story you'd like us to cover, send them to nerdcaveretro@gmail.com. And also, if you have a voice message you want to send to us, send it to go to voicecast.app/NCR. Click the Leave Us a Message tab, and you don't even have to do anything. Just record. You just record whatever microphone you have, your phone, computer, whatever. You record. You don't have to sign up for anything, and we'll get the message, and we'll play it on the show. And the first story is a rumor from NintendoLife.com. Nintendo patent supposedly points to the return of DS games. Let's see. It was an update as of Monday, October the 20th, which is today. Following the rumors about DS games potentially returning, Nintendo Patents Watch has chimed in on the social media platform Blue Sky, which I can't get on because it's banned in Mississippi right now, with some additional information. This patent was apparently published earlier this year in Japan and is supposedly about utilizing Switch 2's game share, which potentially opens up the possibilities here. And the quote is, "This patent, published on July 10th in Japan, is in fact about utilizing game share to stream secondary UI to a client device. Yes, it could be used for DS emulation, but I suspect that Nintendo has a bigger plan for the tech. Once again, this is just a patent, so it doesn't necessarily guarantee it will lead to an announcement or reveal in the future."
Yeah, this is actually pretty interesting because the DS is actually a really good system.
Yeah.
Again, like we talked about it with the Game Boy, it didn't get, I think, the credit that it deserved because it was a handheld. But
Yeah.
there were some really good games for the DS, and I would be curious if they do implement the dual screen tech in some form of fashion. I think that would actually be really cool.
I'm sure
But
there's a
why
way
not
you
do
can
that?
do it on a single screen, but it would just take a little, little finagling with the tech.
Yeah, and I have little to no doubt that DS games will become available at some point on the Nintendo Switch Online. It's just the next natural step, especially if the Switch 2 is going to have some kind of a long lifespan. It it makes all the sense in the world. The 3DS would be a little trickier
Yeah.
because of the 3D technology, but
Oh,
you
did the DS did it use a stylus as well? Am I remembering that
yes,
right?
yes,
See,
it
that's
did.
the thing with Nintendo. They do all these weird gimmicky things with their stuff, like the Wii and the DS, the 3DS, which makes it hard to move it into the future without having to like kind of, I guess, dumb it down, for lack of a better way
Yeah,
of saying
simplify
it.
it.
Yeah, they have to simplify things and they have to play in a way that they weren't played originally. So I don't know. I just think Nintendo just needs to just re-release all their old tech sometimes. Just do, every couple of years be like, hey, we're doing a run of DSs or 3DS or whatever. Only, a couple 10,000 are being made. So if you want one, pre-order it or whatever. Like I'm sure everybody would do that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. And it would introduce, a whole new generation to that technology.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be curious to kind of see what happens. I personally think, and again, I have no like insider information or anything, but I feel like it's going to be a combination of re-releasing select DS games and maybe bringing back that technology for a Switch 2 game or two.
Yeah. It just sucks. It doesn't suck. It's almost like it's an embarrassment of riches where we live in a time of tech where technology moves so fast that this stuff becomes obsolete within like 10 years. And you think about like try to explain this stuff to somebody who lived like even just 100 years ago, like in the 1800s or 19 everything before the 20th century. You could have gone your entire life with seeing no technological advancements, maybe one or two in your entire lifetime. And now it's like every day we're waking up to something new. Like we've had more technological advancements in the last 100 years than we did the entire human existence beforehand.
Yeah, it would just be like I think their minds might literally explode
Yeah.
if you were to pull somebody out of like even 1910 or
Yeah.
like we'll say 100 years, so we'll say 1925. You bring somebody into 2025, they're not going to know what to do.
Yeah.
But
Show
and you,
show them
I
a
make this.
smartphone. Just show them like this is literally like this is the Library of Alexandria in our pockets. Like
Yep.
it's a magical device. And
Like, oh, what do you use it for? Oh, to watch animal videos on TikTok or
we use it
Instagram
and
reels.
we use it to yell at each other on social media.
Yeah, yeah, but I'll be curious to see what Nintendo does
Me
with
too.
this. Next up, we have from mynintendonews.com, new Toe Jam and Earl game is in the planning stages. Toe Jam and Earl was a big franchise during the 90s, and series co-creator Greg Johnson has said that there's currently a new game in the planning phase. He recently did a Reddit Ask Me Anything post during which he discussed the new game along with the upcoming Toe Jam and Earl movie, which is set to be released by Amazon Studio in association with Story Kitchen. He says, and I'll be brief with this, with the new Toe Jam and Earl game, he says it's in the planning stage. We intend to make it happen. It's going to be developed by a third party, design led by the infamous and talented producer of Back in the Groove, Nap, and will be a combo of games 1 and 2 and incorporate some of the design elements of the original game 2 that never got made. And about the movie, I'm not 100% sure if it will be live action or animated as it's out of my control, but I expect it will probably be animated. I've read the script, and really it could be either all animated or it could be a mix like Sonic, as it's primarily on Earth. With the Toe Jam and Earl movie, it has to be set in the 90s.
Oh, of course.
It absolutely needs to be in the 90s. Or if you want to do like some kind of like they're from like with Sonic being from another world and then coming to Earth.
Yeah.
If Toe Jam and Earl are from an alternate universe or an alternate planet, that like their culture is like the 1990s.
Yeah.
And then they somehow get transported to Earth.
You've probably
That'd be
already
kinda
written
cool.
a better movie than what we're probably going to get.
Well, I won't go that far, but yeah, probably.
I mean, I love Toe Jam and Earl. I love playing the game. This is one of the few Sega games I actually played back in the day. But, is it kind of is it a little too late for some Toe Jam and Earl movie? Or, I don't know. Do enough people remember Toe Jam and Earl to warrant making a movie?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, will it do as well as like Mario and Sonic? Absolutely not. But I mean,
No.
it's The thing that scares me is that even though Mario and Sonic have been around for a while, they're still relevant because there's still Mario games, there's still Sonic
Yeah.
games
I mean,
that
there
come out.
hasn't been a Toe Jam and Earl game in like 30 years. So it's like,
No,
eh, I don't know.
I'd be willing to give it a shot. I mean
Yeah.
that seems to be a new thing now. You look at the revival of King of the Hill.
Yeah.
There was a revival of Beavis and Butthead, like stuff that I didn't think would make it back into culture, especially Beavis and Butthead, because you look at
Yeah.
like the jokes and like the fact that they'd play like music videos
Hmm.
during the show. It's like that's not gonna work today, but
Yeah.
who knows?
I mean, it could. I mean, if it's a good, yeah, it'll probably end up on Netflix or something. As a Netflix original movie, I'll watch it. I don't know if I would go to the
Yeah.
theater to watch it.
No, I don't see this being in a theater. I think
No.
it'll be like released on Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
because it says Studios is making the movie, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed
I
that
could
part.
just see it being like available on Prime.
Yeah, yeah. I think it would do all right on streaming.
Yeah.
And the last story is it's from NintendoLife.com. They put out an article here that is their guide or our guide to the greatest games on the NES, the 50 best NES games of all time, according to the writers at Nintendo Life. And let's see. Their top 50 NES games at number 50. We'll just kind of breeze through these a little bit. Number 50, we got RC Pro Am. That definitely needs to be up on the list.
Hmm.
Bionic Commando, Fexanadu, Gargoyles Quest 2, The Demon Darkness, which I haven't reviewed yet, which I need to. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Here's the first one we come to that I'm like, I don't know if this one needs to be on the list.
I love that on the banner they used not a screen cap, but promo art from Link to the Past.
Yeah. Of course they
So
did.
what you're saying is it wouldn't make your top 50, but it might be number 51.
Yeah. Maybe 751 maybe out of the 800 something Nintendo games or however many there were.
If there's 850 Nintendo games, it's 851.
Yeah. Life Force, or otherwise known as Salamander in Japan. This one's pretty hard. I tried to play this one a few times, and I am not good at side-scrolling shooters. I don't know about you.
No, I like playing them, but that doesn't mean that I'm good at them.
Yeah. Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. That one's definitely needs to be up there. Earthbound Beginnings. What do you think?
Also known as Mother, yeah.
Yeah.
I expected it to be on the list. I maybe a little bit higher, but we'll see. We'll see. We're early in the list, so
Yeah.
we'll see where it goes.
42, Tecmo Super Bowl for the NES.
I thought this would be higher.
I thought so too. Tecmo Super Bowl's great.
Yeah.
41, Duck Hunt.
I thought that'd be in. I didn't think it would make the top 10, but I thought it would be top 20 just because of how iconic it is.
Yeah, I mean it's not. I mean it is a game, but it's more of a tech demo. But it's pretty iconic. I thought it would have been way higher than 41.
That's the perfect way to describe just a mediocre game. It is a game.
Yeah, it's a game. RC Pro Am 2. I never played 2.
I haven't either, so I can't really comment on that.
Here we're getting in my neck of the woods. Ninja Gaiden 3, The Ancient Ship of Doom.
I've never played it.
Oh, it's you think Ninja Gaiden's hard. Wait till you get to Ninja Gaiden 3. I can't even get past like the second stage of this damn game.
Ugh.
38, Star Tropics. I thought this would have been way higher on the list too. This is actually probably my favorite NES game.
Yeah, I thought it would have been maybe like top 25.
Blastamaster at number 37.
The runner of Bartertown.
Arguably some of the greatest music on the NES.
Oh yeah, yeah. The soundtrack to that is great.
The Guardian Legend. I remember I reviewed this a while back. This is a pretty good game, but it's like 10 different games in one. So yeah, I think it needs to be up there.
Yeah, I still haven't played it.
Number 35, Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Chippendale
It
Rescue
deserves to be up there.
Rangers.
The
Oh
Saturday
yeah.
afternoon. This Chippendales and DuckTales. DuckTales better be on here too.
Oh, I'm sure it will be.
Number 34, Mega Man 6.
Yeah, I mean, I assume all the Mega Man
Yeah,
NES games
I
will
would
will
think
be on
so
here.
too, except for the first one, maybe. Number 33. Here you go, Derek. Darkwing Duck.
I loved Darkwing Duck. I thought, I mean,
Yeah.
I understand it being in this spot because it's not really like a well-known NES game, but I really had a lot of fun playing Darkwing Duck.
You can't go wrong with the Saturday afternoon Disney Capcom games. It's hard to find
No,
a bad one.
no.
Number 32, Little Nemo the Dream Master, also a Capcom game. I love this game, but good lord, this is another one of those like Nintendo hard games.
This looks like the cover of a 1980s animated film, like a non-Disney animated film.
Well, it's so weird that they used this as an IP to do because Little Nemo was like a cartoon in newspapers at like the turn of the century. Like the early
Really?
1900s. Like it was a full. You could go back and read the old Little Nemo comics. They're like full page newspaper, full color comics. And it's like, who remembered Little Nemo in the 80s? But they put out a great game for it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Little Nemo, and I remember seeing it, advertised in like Nintendo Power and whatnot,
Yeah.
but have never gotten around to playing it.
Number 31, Mega Man 5.
Again, not surprised.
This is one I don't agree with, even though Star Tropics, the original Star Tropics, is one of my favorite games on the NES. Number 30, Zoda's Revenge, Star Tropics 2. This game is not good. I have tried to replay and review this game. I even specifically brought my NES out of storage up in the back of the closet when this game came out when I was in 11th grade so I could play this game specifically. Went and paid hard-earned summer job money on this game, and it sucked. I hated it.
It's so much worse when you use your own money to buy games and then it turns out that they suck.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh, it's irritating.
And now for a game I've never even heard of, at number 29, Mr. Gimmick.
Again, this also kind of looks like an 80s cartoon.
I think this is only a European release, though.
Yeah, it says here it was released in May of 93 in the UK.
Yeah, never heard of it.
Interesting. No, I've never heard of it.
Number 28, River City Ransom.
Yeah, this had to be on the list.
Yeah. Number 27, Metal Storm. This is a game I'd like to review because Metal Storm is freaking great for the NES.
A little disappointed there's no cover on the article. Like
I
it's
guess
just it says cover unavailable and then it has a banner of the NES
I don't
controller.
know. I guess it's a placeholder. They couldn't
guess
find
so.
they couldn't Google the cover for Metal Storm and put on there.
I guess not.
Here's one, 26, Bubble Bobble. Great
Oh,
game.
I love Bubble Bobble.
Bubble Bobble's so good.
It's an ultimate like lose all concept of time
Oh, yeah.
type of game.
At number 25, DuckTales 2.
I have never played DuckTales 2.
I didn't either. So that's got to mean DuckTales, the original, is up in the top 25 here. Got to be.
It's got to be in the top 15 at least.
24, Dr. Mario. I agree with this. I love Dr. Mario.
I thought this would be a little bit higher. I thought it would be in the top 20.
I did too. I mean, I know Tetris is always going to beat out Dr. Mario as the more popular game, but Dr. Mario slaps.
Oh, it's such a good game. It is underappreciated.
Number 23, this Tetris, but the Tengen version, or however you pronounce it. Tengen.
One of the 50,000 different versions of
Yeah.
Tetris.
The original black box version that, actually, I think they 1985 boasted a two-player mode that Nintendo hadn't yet rectified the legal issues. and it led to it being pulled from store shelves after only a month.
Wow.
Yeah, they made them
That's
pull it
wild.
down. That's crazy. Number 22, Super Mario Brothers 2.
I love Super Mario Brothers 2. I don't care what anyone says. I know it's a copy of Doki Doki
I
Panic.
love it.
There's still enough platforming aspects that I'd say it's worthy of being in the Mario franchise. I love Super Mario Brothers 2.
Number 21, Ninja Gaiden.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought this would be in the top 10.
I thought so too.
That makes me wonder, like, what is the top 10 gonna be?
I know. I specifically didn't look at this list just so we could both be surprised.
Yeah,
as
I
we
haven't
read
looked
it.
at it either.
Number 20, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game.
I mean, this is like iconic early Nintendo arcade era gaming.
Honestly, I thought this would have been higher though.
Same.
Ninja Gaiden at number 19, Ninja Gaiden 2, The Dark Sword of Chaos. So the entire Ninja Gaiden trilogy ended up on this list.
Yeah, and I mean that's not surprising. You know, like Ninja Gaiden's one of those iconic NES franchises. Like it's Ninja Gaiden's one of like the first 5 games I think of when I think of the NES.
Yeah.
So
same.
I can't say I'm surprised.
Number 18, Mega Man 4. We might get the whole Mega Man list here.
I'm telling you, I think the whole franchise on the NES is going to make it.
Okay, here we go. At number 17, we got Super C.
Super C.
Contra 2, to those of you who don't know, or Probotector 2 if you're in the PAL region. But man, many fun sleepovers were had playing some Contra and Super C back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go. The NES version of Tetris at number 16.
Yeah, and that's no disrespect on Dr. Mario because I think Dr. Mario is great. But when it comes to puzzle games, Tetris is the OG, and it always will be.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Game Boy version is probably the most recognizable, but the NES version's great too.
And I think, isn't the Game Boy version still the highest selling video game of all time because it was the pack-in? And everybody that bought a Game Boy that didn't have it packed in went and bought Tetris at least multiple times.
Let's see. Top selling video games of all time.
Pretty sure. But I'll keep going down the list here while
Okay.
you're looking for that. At number 15, Castlevania.
Oh yeah, like this has to be up there because much like Ninja Gaiden, Castlevania is one of the most recognizable franchises, and specifically the original is one of the most recognized video games of all time.
Wall meat for everyone.
You get wall meat. You get wall meat. You get wall meat.
Number 14, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project.
This is kind of surprising to me because, like, and don't get me wrong, I like this game.
Don't get me
But
wrong.
I thought
either. I actually like this one better than the arcade game, but I thought the arcade game would have been higher though.
Yeah, just because the arcade game is so like wildly beloved.
Yeah.
And it rightfully is, but I feel like Manhattan Project is one of those that kind of, is gone by the wayside when it comes to like being recognized.
But if you're going to play, you can only play one out of those two. This is the better one to play, though.
I don't disagree with that.
Number 13, Dragon Warrior 3. I still
And
need to go back and play Dragon Warrior.
That banner looks like an episode of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it does.
Like it looks exactly like an episode of Dragon Ball.
That is some 90s anime looking stuff there. Here we go. Number 12, Batman, the video game.
Yes.
Oh, this game's so good.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
You wouldn't hit a man with glasses, would you? Here we go. Number 11. I thought this would have been in the top 10, but it just didn't make the top 10, Derek. Number 11, DuckTales.
Yeah, this would have been in my top 10. I mean, I'm glad that it's
100%.
as high as it is, but to me, it should be a top 10 Is top 10 worthy.
Now I'm interested to see what's in the top 10. Here we go. Here's now we're starting a top 10, everybody. At number 10, Dragon Warrior 4.
I've never played it, so I can't really comment on it.
Maybe we need to play these. I mean, we might be missing out on something great.
Do a Dragon Warrior month.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Omni Slick in the chat says
yeah.
you guys have been saying you need to play Dragon Warrior for a while. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I think we need to dedicate. Maybe we could do that for January.
I'm for it. Let's do that.
Do Dragon Warrior month.
Yep, I'm for it. Number 9, Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me some Castlevania, but this game is stairs the game. So I would much, I just have a softer spot for Castlevania 1. I love Castlevania 3. It's a great game, but there's too many stairs in Castlevania 3, and there's a lot of falling in that game.
I'm shocked, honestly. This would have been where I probably put the original Castlevania.
Yeah, I'd flip them.
That makes me wonder, is Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest in like the top 5?
I don't know. It might not even be on here.
Oh.
Let's see. Number 8, Kirby's Adventure. I'll agree with that. Kirby's great.
Oh, yeah, Kirby's Adventure is such a fun game.
And I feel so cheated because I thought this was a kid's game when I was younger and had an NES. I never played it because I thought it was a kid's game. Played it as an adult, and I'm like, this is one of the greatest games I've ever played in my entire life. I feel cheated.
Yeah, the Kirby games are vastly underrated.
Yeah.
Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy is one of my favorite Game Boy games, and this deserves to be in the top 10. It's super fun.
Number 7, the original Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, wow.
It didn't even make the top
Woo!
5.
Ah,
All right, let's see what
I have an idea of what number 1 is, but we'll see if I'm right.
All right. Number 6, Contra. I agree. Contra's definitely in the top 10.
Oh, 100%.
Ooh, number 5, we have Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream. Now, what makes this one different from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out? They're probably interchangeable, but,
Yeah,
it's the same game, just a different dude.
yeah.
Number 4, Mega Man 3.
We're getting close.
Dude, is Mega Man 2 going to be in the top 3? Let's see.
Might be.
Oh, what I thought was number 1 is number 3. Number 3, Legend of Zelda.
Oh, I don't like this at all.
I don't like.
Nope. This should be at worst. It should be number 2.
Wow. Okay, here we go. What's
That
number 2?
answers what I think the number 1 is.
What's number 2? Mega Man 2. All right. Yeah. I mean, I love Mega Man 2, but do I love it better than Legend of Zelda? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Mega Man 2 would be in like the top 5. I didn't think it would be 2 though.
All right. I have no clue what's about. I think I know what number 1. I
Yeah,
know what number 1 is.
Yep.
Let's scroll up. Super Mario Brothers 3. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
I thought this or Zelda would be number 1.
That's exactly what I would have thought if either one of those would have been 1 and 2 is what I would have thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Mega Man 2 beating out Legend of Zelda?
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that, man. I think you guys need to do some recounting in your list there, Nintendo Life.
This is just like the 2000 election. I demand a recount.
Let's take it to the Supreme Court. Well, that was fun. That took a little longer than I thought it was going to take.
Oh, it's all right.
A little bit late. We'll save this month in video game history for, well, actually, we'll have to save it for the week after, I guess. Or you just want to blaze through them real quick?
Let's blaze through them real quick.
Okay. I ain't even going to play the thing. Here we go. 1988, October 9th. Nintendo revamps Doki Doki Panic and releases it as Super Mario Bros. 2 for the NES in America and the PAL region. Birdo made her debut in this game and released in Japan as Super Mario USA in 1992.
Still need to play the original Doki Doki Panic.
I know. We should do that soon.
Yeah, agreed. October 23rd, we just mentioned this is also 1988. Nintendo releases Super Mario Bros. 3 for the Famicom in Japan, which includes the first appearance of the Koopalings, also known as the Koopa Kids.
Yeah. October 28th of 1994, Rare releases Killer Instinct for arcades in North America. It's the first arcade machine with an internal hard disk.
Never got to play this in the arcade, but I actually think it is quite a fun game for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, we used to have tournaments at the local Aladdin's Castle, Killer Instinct tournaments on Saturdays.
October.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
October 22nd of 1999, Rockstar Games releases Grand Theft Auto 2 for the PlayStation. I feel like this is the least talked about Grand Theft Auto game.
That and the first one. Good Lord.
Yeah.
You never hear about those. October 31st of 2002, Terminal Reality releases Blood Rain for the PS2 and Xbox in North America. That might be something we need to review here soon.
How fitting that that game was released on Halloween.
Yeah.
Perfect. But I'm sure I've never actually played the game, but I'm pretty confident that it's way better than the movie.
Yeah.
And to close us out, October 10th, 2005, Buena Vista Games releases The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge for the Xbox in North America.
I'm going to play this next Halloween. That's what I'm doing.
I can't wait. That'll be fun.
But that brings us to the end of this month in video game history. And before we go into the review, Derek, would you like to do our Patreon shout-outs?
As always, we like to shout out our awesome patrons over at patreon.com/nerdcaveretro. Shout out to Alex the Alley Cat, Michael Patrick, Justin Nispel, Riley, the official NCR fact checker Wally Phelps, Nick W., Eld the Zombie, Yup Fed aka Knife, Raven, Daniel Salmon aka Bethany Fox, our amazing Discord community manager, Mr. B. Res Coffee himself, Mike Eveland, the fact checker to the fact checker Tyler the Wordsmith Watson, Axblade07, the official NCR beat writer Mr. Armez Jackson, Carlos Longoria, better known as Ion the Rampage, Staff Sergeant Sketch, Gus and Penny, Matthew Salmon, and I'll do an abbreviated version since we're running a little low on time. The American Salad, the Potato, the Dream Chaser, violinist, pianist, and overall enjoyer of music, Venus, the golf instructor, aka Your Fire, Your Desire. Shout out if you know the Bananarama song.
Yeah.
Joey Image. And last but not least,
Mama Diamond.
Donna Diamond, thank you all so much for your continued contributions to keeping the lights on for us here at the Nerd Cave Retro Podcast. For as little as $1 a month, you get early access to our bonus episodes, which include commentary tracks, roundtables, our Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and for Halloween, we will be recording a roundtable for the original Friday the 13th movie, which I have not watched in a very long time. So So that'll be fun to go back and revisit.
And don't forget, we had a couple of declined payments this month, so I think it's about that time again. If you are a patron and your payment didn't go through, might want to go check Patreon just to make your payment stuff is up to date, because you know how Patreon likes to do every couple of months, and they like mess everybody's payment stuff up. So go check your payment statuses and make sure you're still up to date, and we'll get everything straightened out. So thank you all for that.
And to do that, and if you want to be a part of our awesome Patreon community, just head over to patreon.com/nerdcaveretro. And for new patrons, send us your social media info so we can give you a proper shout out.
And tonight, we're going to be talking about... I love the music for this game. It's so good.
I do too. It's yeah, if you want to just keep playing that song for the rest of the show, I'm good with that. No, so Halloween Horror Month continues on the Nerd Cave Retro Show, and for this episode, I'm going to be talking about Grabbed by the Ghoulies, which is an action adventure game developed by Rare and published by Microsoft Game Studios exclusively for the Xbox, and it breaks my heart still to say that. But we'll get into that in a little bit. It was released in North America in October of 2003 and in Europe in November. Of course, it was re-released as part of the Xbox Live Arcade for the 360, and then it's also part of the Rare Replay for Xbox One. So you have a couple of different options to play this game. First thing I want to say right off the bat is this, and maybe someone can correct me, but I'm like 95% sure that this is the first post Nintendo game that Rare did. Because Star Fox Adventures came out in 2002 for the GameCube, and then this was, like a year later. And it's interesting because when I first started playing this and like was even watching the opening cutscene, it still felt like a Nintendo game. And it's interesting because it's almost like Rare was still transitioning
Yeah.
from Nintendo to Microsoft, but it still had that kind of Rare Nintendo feel,
You know what?
if you will.
It's funny because I was looking at up gameplay of this. I was watching a gameplay video on YouTube of this yesterday, and you know what it reminds me of? The actual art of this game. If you look at this and then you go play Sea of Thieves, have you played Sea of Thieves yet?
I have not, but I've seen
It's
screen caps
got
of it.
almost the exact same art style.
Well, that's one of the first things on my notes is I really like the art style for this game.
Yeah, it didn't
It's
look
it
like
has
an
that
like an Xbox game of that era. Like it looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, and this art style was pretty big around that time because it has almost a little bit of a cell shaded kind of look,
Yeah.
but a lot of cartoons like Wind Waker had a similar art style. There was, I want to say it came out around the same time, but there was a Spider-Man animated series that came out after the first Tobey Maguire movie that had this same kind of art style. And like obviously it was a little more sleeker because it
Yeah.
was made for TV,
I
but
think I remember that.
I want to say it might have been called the Spectacular Spider-Man,
That sounds
but I could be
familiar.
wrong. But I liked the graphics of this game a lot.
Mhm.
I think it was perfect for what it was. Like it almost felt like you were watching an animated series
Yeah.
that happened to take place in a haunted house. So I thought that was kind of cool.
It had really reminded me of, like watching it. It's almost like they got inspired by games like Zombies Ate My Neighbors and then put it in this 2D world. And you know what else it reminded me of? It was almost like the same kind of art style, but it reminded me a lot of that Haunted House remake they did a couple of years ago that I did a review for the
Hmm.
Switch. But that's a sort of a dungeon crawler almost top down sort of game, but it's sort of like they took it was like there like you could take this game and pull the camera out and it would look almost exactly the same as that Haunted House remake.
Yeah, yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. And the play of this game is interesting because it's listed as an action adventure game, but it's got like beat 'em up style gameplay in it. It's got like some platforming style. So it's a nice little blend of a couple of different genres. I do really like the cutscenes and the flow of this game because at the beginning, it's almost like you're watching a comic book that's come to life. Like you'll see one of the comic panels, you have a little bit of the story happen, then it moves to the next one where the next phase happens. And these little full screen graphics will pop up with a different character's head on it where they're giving like little bits of dialogue. And it's kind of like a style of the old like Charlie Chaplin silent films where it's like action happens and then boom, a graphic pops up and you have like communication between characters. So
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice, unique addition. It did get a little repetitive as the game went on. Like not not so much that it deterred me from continuing to play, but the gimmick did get kind of old
One thing I did want to
as the game
ask you though,
progressed.
and you kind of hinted at it in your notes, but is it more tank controls than
Uh,
like the way we would play a game like this today? You would have both analog sticks to use and control the camera and platform that way. Is it more of a one stick kind of that era
well,
of
you
those type of games?
the biggest issue that I had with the controls is not so much what you do with the character, but what you do with the camera. Like the camera controls, so you have to use the trigger buttons to control the camera. And that can be a little it's limited.
Yeah.
But you got to look at when this game was made. Like this was made in '03. As far as like tank controls, I would say that's pretty accurate.
Because that's what it seemed like when I was watching the gameplay. I was like, I couldn't really put my finger on what felt wrong about it when I was watching the gameplay.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's one of those like I just had to keep telling myself, okay, this is how things were back then. I got to think of it from the 2003 mindset. But I did want to comment on the story a little bit because I actually do quite like it, even though it's simplistic. So you play as this boy named Cooper. Cooper and his girlfriend are looking for shelter from a storm when they come across Ghoulhaven Hall, a mansion owned by Baron von Ghoul. When Cooper calls him a creep, Von Ghoul kidnaps Amber in retaliation. Then you chase after Amber, encountering the many ghoulies inhabiting Ghoulhaven Hall. Now, what's interesting is that in every room you go in, there's like a different objective that you have to do. Like one is say like you have to kill all the enemies that are in said room. But then the next one might be you have to only kill enemies of a certain type before you can advance. Now, if you mess up or say if you don't like complete the objective in time, our good friend Mr. Grim Reaper decides to show up and he tries to kill you. Now, obviously, if he touches you, like you're dead like that. But something that's cool, and it's almost like a little bit of a cheat code, is that if he touches the ghouls, he kills them as well. So you can almost kind of use that to your advantage. So I do like the different objectives that you have to do because that like breaks up the monotony. But even that still kind of gets a little repetitive.
Yeah. See, I like games with this kind of spoopy aesthetic. It's just I wish they would make more kind of just fun games like this. Like I don't know, it just seems like everything needs to be like super realistic now, and just like everything's a war game or driving or something like that. Like I just need a good spoopy adventure game with like mummies and ghosts and death chasing you,
Skeletons.
like just bring that back.
And like I said, the story is really nothing overly complicated, but it's a fun little world to be in.
Yeah.
It what's the right way I can describe this? It's one of those games that even though it feels like it fits on the Xbox, I feel like this, and maybe it's just the rare fan in me talking, but this game would have been great on the GameCube.
Yeah, this
Or even the N64. Like it
a GameCube game.
Yeah, it looks like, one of those games like you mentioned that would have been early OG Xbox. But when you actually play it and you see the story unfold and you kind of get a feel for how the game plays,
Hmm.
you're like, man, this feels like a GameCube game.
Yeah.
It really does. And I don't know if part of that is just because I do have that little bit of bias for the Rare Nintendo relationship, but it kind of makes me wonder if this was like a concept for a game that Rare did have for Nintendo. And then once they were bought out by Microsoft, they're like, well, we already kind of have an idea of what we want to do. So let's
Yeah.
just make that.
Or maybe they were already making it and when they got bought, and then they just had to port it over to the Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be true as well.
Yeah,
But
it
I
actually
mean,
says right here. It's weird. After Microsoft purchased Rare for $375 million in 2002, development of the game for the GameCube was delayed until Rare converted it to the Xbox console. So it was already in production for the GameCube.
that makes a lot of sense.
It seems like it would have been. I mean, not that I don't really know how well this game did, but this seems like it would have been like one of those nostalgic, great GameCube games that if it would have come out for the GameCube, but it seems like if it came out for the Xbox, then kind of got maybe lost in the shuffle a little bit.
Well, and I think also you have to think of the identity of each console at the time. Like Nintendo was looked at as more of the family friendly, like I don't want to say kiddie-ish type games, but kiddie-ish type games.
Yeah.
But then with Xbox, you had like Halo, which
Hmm.
really put that system on the map. And you kind of associate those types of games with Microsoft and kind of the same with PlayStation. This just seemed like it didn't fit as well on the Xbox as it would have for the GameCube.
This actually, I was looking to see if they did a re-release or anything of this. Then they actually did. It was remastered to run natively on the Xbox One, increasing its
Mhm.
resolution and frame rate relative to the original Xbox release. And it was one of the first original Xbox games to be compatible with Xbox One via backwards compatibility. So if you have an Xbox One, you can still play the original Xbox game on the Xbox One.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, and it's
cool.
also part of the Rare Replay,
Hmm.
which of course has pretty much every game that Rare's ever done
Yeah, that's cool.
on that you can play. I wish that they would release the Rare Replay for Game Pass
I don't know why they
because that
don't.
that I guarantee you, if they did that, I would buy Game Pass the day that I found out, just for the chance to play all of those games again.
Yeah, that would be a smart move on Microsoft's part right now, since they own Rare. Why not put the Rare replay on the Game Pass, whatever they're calling what I used to have, the core, which was just the basic Game Pass, but then they have what, three different tiers. Like I don't even know what tier I'm at now. I don't know if my subscription's gone up, but if it has, I'm probably going to cancel because I couldn't really find much I wanted to play after I defeated RoboCop last week. And dude, if Rare Replay was on Game Pass, holy crap, I'd be playing every game on there right now.
Hmm. But to wrap up, my thoughts on Grab by the Ghoulies, 'cause I don't have a whole lot more to say about it. As far as the reception goes, the game was met with mixed reviews from critics upon release. It holds an average score of 66 out of 100 at Metacritic, based on an aggregate of 42 reviews. The graphics and animations were praised by critics. Kevin Geifert of One Up stated that the cel shaded graphics were perfect for the spooky theme of the game, and that the smooth animation resulted in the enemies appearing endearing. Let's see. One Up gave it a C plus. Eurogamer gave it an 8 out of 10. Game Revolution a C, and IGN a 7 out of 10. So, as far as my overall thoughts on it, it's a fun game. It's like you said, it's kind of a perfect spoopy type of
Yeah.
game. I love the graphics. You heard from the beginning, the music is really, really good. It's one of the biggest highlights of the entire game. Um, I wish there would have been a little bit more as far as like variety goes, but that's just me being a little nitpicky.
I mean,
But I would,
it seems like something they could bring back, and like add a little, like remake it, add a little something more to it, make it a little
yeah,
flesh it out a little more. But I mean, it seems like a good idea. I'd love to play it.
yeah, it's a fun game, and I do like it. But I would say for my number score, I'd give it a nice 6.5.
That seems good. Yeah, a good
Like I
C.
think it's yeah. If we were doing letter grades, it would be a solid C.
That's good. So
But I enjoyed it though. I'm glad I got to play it.
go pick it up, everybody. Especially if you have an Xbox One, go play the original Xbox disc on your Xbox One today.
Today.
But that's going to bring us to the end of this episode. And guess what we're going to do next week? It's time for a top 5, everybody.
Yes.
So you know what we're going to do? We're going to do top 5 Halloween TV specials. Now, this includes regular standalone specials like, the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown or, Garfield's Halloween Adventure. Or could be, whatever sitcom you like had a good Halloween episode that you liked. Or, maybe a made-for-TV Halloween, like movie or something. I don't know, whatever kind of Halloween special you really like.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back now and watch the Office Halloween episodes
I was
because
just
those were so
literally
good.
thinking that same thing. Yeah,
I love that show.
top
It's so
5
good.
Halloween TV specials, everybody. That's what we're going to do next week. So get us your lists.
Chuck says David S. Pumpkins.
I love David S. Pumpkins. It's so stupid.
Any
and
questions?
but yeah, before we get out of here, Derek, you finished the movie.
Yes, but we are still taking donations because the movie is going to be pretty heavy on the visual effects. So if you want to contribute, just go to facebook.com/wiredforsoundmovie. I've posted a ton of photos from production and we'll still continue to do so. But you can find the link to the GoFundMe in relatively any post that I've made. And that's really the best place to find out, different updates as far as what we're going to be doing with the film. So you can go to facebook.com/wiredforsoundmovie.
And go check out the Open Micers podcast with me and Mr. Jacob Craig, where last week we did our new Halloween tradition that we started last year, where I asked ChatGPT to give me some real crazy quotes from Donald Trump and to make some up in the style of Donald Trump. And Jacob has to guess which one's real and which one's ChatGPT. It's called Trick or Trump. And this year we did Trick or Trump 2. So go check it out at Open Micers Podcast everywhere.
Trick or Trump 2. This time it's personal.
Electric Boogaloo. But that's going to bring us to the end. Is there anything else before we get out of here, Derek?
I think that's it.
All right, let's walk out the door. If you want to email us at nerdcaveretro@gmail.com. Leave us a voice message at voicecast.app/NCR. You don't have to sign up for anything. You just whatever microphone you got, phone, computer, whatever. You just leave us a message. You ain't got to sign up for anything or nothing. nerdcaveretro.com is our website, and that's a link tree that takes you everywhere you need to go. The socials, the Patreon, the merch shop, which is at ncrmerch.com. We have all kind of designs for t-shirts, hats, magnets, bags, mugs, whatever your nerdy heart desires. If you can't do that, I understand times are tough. You know what's free? Leaving us a review and or a 5-star rating on all podcasting platforms. So Derek, please tell them what it's all about.
May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce.
Yes. What am I going to play? I don't know what to play. Here we go. Yeah. And that's an episode.
Sweet.
So thank you all for hanging out with us. Let me play our little outro thing here. Thank you, Chuck, Justin Nispel, Omni Slick, all you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you so much. And we'll see all of you right here. Same bat time, same